What's happening? Lush Uno, the coolest podcast in the world, no jumper, and I'm very, very proud to introduce y'all to this guy right here who has an insane story, been through a lot, and is pure. If you just like take talent and crystallize it down to its purest artistic form, this guy embodies it. My guy, Fly Thugga, no hard R, Thugga. You feel me? Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Born and raised in the city of Compton.
Born and raised.
In a pretty legendary section over there, the Grandies.
Nutty Block.
Nutty Block.
Yeah, I grew up on the streets, you feel me, in the neighborhood. The Grandies was like two blocks over from me. Yeah,
okay.
But, I grew up over there. You could say I grew up over there, too, because, that's where I went. You know what I'm saying? Anytime my grandma getting on my nerves, as a kid, as a teenager, you know what I'm saying? I'm over there. I'm in the Grandies.
That's a kick it spot, right? For like sure. Everybody gonna be over there. Yeah. But also what I know about Compton is that LA, most parts of LA, you gotta drive like a few minutes to get to the next hood over. Yeah. But I feel like Compton, it seems like every other block is a different hood.
Yeah, hell yeah. My story, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Our ops. I hate to even say ops now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like past that. But you know what I'm saying? The neighborhood that my neighborhood beef with. You know what I'm saying? My other side of the family is from there, and it's only across the street. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom's side of my family. You know what I'm saying? Is from the other side. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying how close we.
Yeah. It's that on both sides. And that's the other thing too. People don't understand like the family connections. Yeah. It's very common for, the other side to be like, you got cousins from the other side, you got, you know what I'm saying, uncles, aunties, whatever. That's very, very regular. So let's take it back to the point of origin. So what do you think is the biggest difference between Compton and LA, for those that don't know?
Compton, I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying, we all down there like get into it with each other just like LA, but it's just smaller. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Crips. You got the Compton Crips and you got the Pyros, you know what I'm saying? Majority of us, we get into it with each other, but in prison, you know what I'm saying, we all won. Like, as far as all the Compton Crips, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying, about the murders on each other, neighborhoods and all that shit, in jail, you know what I'm saying, it's all Compton Crip, you know what I'm saying? Same thing like with the Pyros,
Y'all under the same card, essentially.
Yeah.
Same accordance. So, how old were you the first time you, realized what a gang was?
I grew up around the environment, you know what I'm saying? Because the street I grew up on, my dad from my neighborhood, my uncle from my neighborhood, my uncle was Big Woody, my dad is Lil Woody, you know what I'm saying?
So that's the Woody character.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I did that character.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to do something that, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make a black Woody, an outlaw Woody at that, you know what I'm saying? Because I actually had a picture of Woody, and he was he a sheriff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, I got to switch this over. I want to make him, from Compton. You see him with the Compton chain. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, got him with the Compton chain, with the fade, you know what I'm saying? Got him wanted, you know what I'm saying? Made him outlaw too, because I ain't talking to him. Oh shit. Yeah, because at the same time, I was into Westerns, you know what I'm saying? Since a kid, always been into Westerns. So I wanted to make a Woody that reflect like an old Western, you know what I'm saying, style type.
So your pops was called Woody?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a family. It's a family name.
Sorry, are you Woody as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby Woody.
You baby Woody. All right. So as a small child, you already were you knew what that blue rag that's on you right now. You knew what that meant.
Yeah.
As a small child, would you say 3, 4, 5 years old type shit? You already knew?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like in my documentary, I say that. I was 5 years old when one of my homies told me I was gonna be Baby Woody from Nutty Block. You know what I'm saying? So it was at that time, like I said, I told him I wasn't gonna gangbang, but shit. As time went on, you know what I'm saying, eventually, you know what I'm saying, even in elementary school, claiming the neighborhood. Yeah, so it's been since elementary school.
So, okay, a lot of times the stories when I talk to people from out here, what they be saying is during elementary school, everything is kind of cool. Even you might know what section you're going to be from type thing, but it's not necessarily on-site animosity. You might have homies, but then at a certain point, when you guys are in 6th grade or whatever, you turn 11 or 12, all of a sudden, this person can't be my homie anymore. Did you experience that?
Yeah, I experienced that like going to Compton High. Like I say, like I mean, the dudes across the street from me, it was always love with me. You know what I'm saying? They always embraced me with love because who my family was on that side. Even though I was from the other side, I took out to the side where my dad, you know what I'm saying, my uncle, and then was from, because that's the side I like grew up on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was always love. You know what I'm saying? Like they with me. You know what I'm saying? But it just and then like I say, in high school, even them same dudes I went to middle school with. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with them. Even like in high school, like when I run across them. Then like the homies that's like younger than me, they run into him, they tripping. Right. But with me, it was like nah, like don't you feel me? But it just
stall them out.
Yeah, stall them out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it was times like and this happened like in the court building. You know what I'm saying? Because after school, we walked through the court building to go to the Gardena bus, and we had run into certain ones. You know what I'm saying? But it was just hard for me to even, like I say, get involved into that. You know, it just but over the years, certain things transpire when people get killed, and then now it's like hate started to grow for him, like, you know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point where you got to pick a side, you know?
Because like what I see from a lot of people is a lot of the beef that they inherit, they don't even understand. Like I've asked a lot of people from, like for example, like 6-0 or A-Tray be like, do you know what y'all are beefing over? And a lot of them don't even, like, I'm more educated to the origins of why they killing each other's homies than some of them are. And that really struck me. Was it kind of like that? Or were you like, do you even know why these other sections are your ops like that?
Nah. And that was another reason why it was hard for me to even have hate, you know what I'm saying, towards them hoods, because it's like, damn, for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm more so gonna question it. You know, I'm not one that's gonna jump out and say, oh, them, or you know what I'm saying? It was always me. I'm like, damn, what is the reason for it? Like, I don't really have no reason, you know what I'm saying, to hate them dudes, you know?
So were you close with your parents growing up, your mom and dad?
Yeah, hell yeah. My dad, he down there, he basically like raised me all my life, you know what I'm saying? My mom's too, but I really grew up on my dad's side.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So strong relationship with Woody. You feel me?
Yeah.
So at what age would you say like you jumped off the poach?
16. Yeah, like when I really just started taking it serious. I was 16 because like something transpired at Compton High. I got into it with a dude. He was talking shit about me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that my girlfriend had him on 3-way. You know what I'm saying? So he talking about, what he gonna do to Woody and this and that. So, you know what I'm saying? That morning I just got a lock. And then I put it on my, I got to lock out my dresser. You feel me? And so first thing when I seen him at Compton High, you know what I'm saying, I busted him in the head. You feel me? And then, but you know what I'm saying?
Lock in a sock?
Yeah. Hey.
Hit him with the lock in a sock?
Yeah, my boy Eli the Mayor was there. Oh, yeah, my boy Eli the Mayor was there.
Hopefully he packed a lunch.
But what happened though, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say dude was no punk. You feel me? I ain't gonna say no punk, because the next day, he came to school looking for me with a like, with a 4x4, you know what I'm saying? But the only reason, but the dude, right? When I busted him in the head, I was gonna keep going, but the school police came out and started chasing Limp. With Eli, you know what I'm saying? So the whole time I'm thinking like, you feel me? They coming for me, so I run down the laundry all the way to my neighborhood. The school police car flying, but I'm thinking that they after me. But I already busted dude in the head. He got down there 5 staples and. But to make a long story short, when he came to, he ended up coming to my neighborhood. You feel me? Looking for me. So now I'm like, damn, I got somebody coming to the neighborhood looking for me. I might as well really start gangbanging, and that's when I really started, hanging with, you know what I'm saying, the homies that was really, trooping.
So, okay, school police, that's a concept that most people is foreign to them. Most schools don't have like full-on police forces. What's the school police?
To keep order. Yeah, like my boy Limp, he wasn't even going, he wasn't even going there. That's why when they see him, you know what I'm saying, they are, you feel me? They started chasing him because they knew he wasn't supposed to be on campus.
Okay. And but they got badges and everything. They're part of the police
like
force,
the
but they
police.
aren't. Okay.
Yeah, they look just like the regular police.
Did Compton High have like metal detectors and all that?
No.
Like, okay.
No, not that time.
Okay, because this is a while ago. This is a while ago.
Yeah, this 2000. What happened? Like 2002 in LI. Like 2002. Yeah, 2002. Yeah.
02. Okay, so around that time, like you jump off the porch and you're getting at that point. Why do you feel like you were so invested in gangbanging? Like why did that become your passion?
Shall I say? Since the kid, I always wanted to put on for my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I was a little kid. I just, I just wanted to put on for my neighborhood. I was already getting so much love, you know what I'm saying, and embrace, you know what I'm saying, because who my dad and my uncle is, my uncle, he a reputable, You know what I'm saying? Big Woody, he a legend, you know, out from Compton and just, you know what I'm saying, the whole California, you know what I'm saying?
If you know, you know.
Yeah, then my dad too, he got a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? So by me being from that family, you know what I'm saying, they automatically embraced me since I was a baby. You know, my auntie Sherry, you know what I'm saying, she always kept me with her, and we be going like to different little parties in the neighborhood and like, you know, different little spots, you know what I'm saying? But mainly my auntie, you know, my auntie Sherry raised me because she couldn't have kids. And then my dad, he had me when he was like 15. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she was down at like 14. You know what I'm saying? So they was young, living their life. But, you know, my auntie, she hung out. You know what I'm saying? She like down there from the neighborhood. I mean, well, shit, she grew up her whole life in the neighborhood. So, yeah.
Okay. So at what point, like, do you feel like, because the thing that really sticks out about you to me is your artistic talent. Yeah. You're like an amazing artist. Now we're going to talk about the whole like process and trajectory of what led you to where you at right now. But like, when did you first realize that you could draw?
Since like elementary school, you know, I always just been into drawing, and you know what I'm saying, everybody just always, you know, came to me to draw stuff, and I always had like a creative talent. Yeah, and it's like something I mentioned even on my documentary. You know what I'm saying? The dudes who went to elementary with us was my boys from Park Village. You know, and so like, even to this day, they used to bring up, you know what I'm saying, they bring up like drawings I used to do back in elementary. You know, but it's just something that's always been my passion. Like especially over time, you know what I'm saying, it's just something that I love doing. This creating, you know what I'm saying, and creating something different that I know that's hard in my head is creativity. You know, like all this is just creativity and bringing it to life.
Did you get love for that, or did people like try to like ever like hate on it, where they're like, "Oh, you just be drawing, that ain't gangster"?
No, it was just more so like I say, elementary and middle school, and when I got into to Compton High, I didn't really draw as much. You know, I'm running the streets. You know what I'm saying, and I didn't really pick up drawing until when I had caught a life sentence, and went to juvenile hall, and because I had caught life as a juvenile. You know, so that was like my pastime, you know, was drawing.
And we're definitely going to get into that. Yeah. But as far as like, you know, every hood's got graffiti. Every hood's got like people that are hitting up the walls, let you know what section you in. Yeah. Were you the guy catching spots for you?
Yeah, hell yeah. That's how I really like my graffiti on Fly Thugga. You know, that's really how I got my striking. I mean, like I said on my documentary, I used to mimic my homie Baby Bam strike'ems. You know what I'm saying? He always used to tag up all down Caldwell, and that's the main street that go through my neighborhood. It's like a main street that
major thoroughfare.
Yeah, and it's all walls. So he's always just tag, you feel me? So I always mimic his strike'ems. His strike'ems, you know, as a kid, and I go home and I'll be tagging on shit. And my dad, he'll whip me because, you know, he wasn't into that, like, especially elementary.
Yeah.
You know, he see me tagging the hood, like, what? He used to whip the hell out of me. And tell me, what you think? What do you say? Oh, you want to be Mr. Nutty Block, huh? You know, yeah, he'll be whooping my ass. Yeah, but that's why I ended up getting, when I went to prison, and I had life, I tattooed Mr. 1665 on my eyebrow. Because that's the street to the hood. You know what I'm saying? But
on your eyeball?
No, my eyebrow. I had a big ass Mr. 1665 and NY right here. But, you know, getting out, I didn't want to be no target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they already be thinking that's neighborhood. So, yeah, but you know.
Yeah, that's an interesting distinction that a lot of people don't get, because y'all wear the New York hats and neighborhood crib wear the New York hats too. So a lot of people might associate that. But if you're from Compton, that means something completely different, right?
Different, yeah. Then it was just like, so like I say, when I did tattoo my face, I gave up on life. I'm like, I'm not never going home. I'm just, you feel me? I already got life for the neighborhood, so I'm just about to front line. I'm about to step up on every DP. I'm about to really put on. So, and
it's funny because like when you got locked up a long ass time ago, face tats weren't as common for like regular people. Like now it's not even just like a gangbanger thing. You'd be like a random SoundCloud rapper or just like a random hipster. Yeah. You might could have face tats at this point, but like at that time it really meant something, right? Like
I got it. I had tattooed my face like in 2012. Yeah, I did it myself in the mirror. I'm tattooing like this in the mirror. Like from all my tattoos that I got over my body, I did myself. Even my homie face that I had called life over, I tattooed his face right here. I did it myself.
So there's some like pretty legendary people from your section. Yeah. First of all, BG Knockout and Dresa, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you remember like being a kid and like being like, oh, these dudes are in the rap game doing their
Hell
thing?
yeah, they did music videos at my house. I was in a few of their music videos.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah, that's family right there. Yeah.
When you were a little ass kid type shit? Or like,
I'm riding my bike, you know what I'm saying? Past homies, they filmed clips in my backyard, in my front yard, and yeah.
my favorite verse in the history of hip hop. Well, it's the knockout definition. Come on, man! Like that's a life changing verse right there. Did you? And then of course there's another guy that's super legendary from your section, battle rapper, good friend of mine, Geechee Gotti.
Yeah.
So were you and Gotti outside together in those early days?
Yeah, for sure. Walton, you know what I'm saying? We go back since Walton. I think I'm like a year or two older than Gotti. But but mainly at Compton High, that's when we, you know what I'm saying, as we, you know, we really develop and really start full-fledged, you know.
ULI, the mayor, Geechee, all kind of in the same age group type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just like a year apart. I think I'm like a year younger than LI. And Geechee, like, I'm like probably 2 years older than him, I think.
Yeah. So when I look at gangbanging, I feel like there's 3 phases of gangbanging. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong. There's the fun phase.
Yeah.
There's fun with consequences. Then there's consequences.
Yeah.
So when did it transition from being fun to fun with consequences for you?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It was fun, but it was always consequences. Like I already knew, you know, about the death. You know what I'm saying? It was one of my homies got killed, probably like 3 houses down from me. You know what I'm saying? When I was like in 6th grade. Yeah. But he was like 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? But that's when it really like fucked me up as a kid. Like just witness, like damn, the homie, he really got killed. You know what I'm saying? Then my auntie, even growing up, my auntie, she used to be on me like, boy, I don't know why you want to gangbang. You only gonna end up in jail or dead. So, you know what I'm saying? So from her telling me that and things I experienced on the block and, you know what I'm saying, just living that life, I knew what came with it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have no fear.
I don't understand how people could have any expectation of you doing anything besides that when it's like pretty much served to you on a silver platter. It's this is what you're gonna do. This is where you come from. This is who your pops is, who your uncle is. Like, I don't understand how anybody would have any other expectation. Is there other members of your family that went a different path and were just like more square? I know square is not the right word, but you know what I'm saying? Like traditional.
Yeah, I had an uncle, you know what I'm saying? My dad, older brother, you know, he joined the military. He doing good. Yeah. My uncle, Benny Ray, yeah.
But most of your influences and most of the people around, everything around you is pretty much telling you, bang the set. This is what's important, and this is a direction to go for the most part.
Yeah, and my block too, like the street I grew up on, you know, it was shit, especially the early 90s, mid 90s, shit, that's where it was, that's where everybody kicked it at, you know what I'm saying? That's where the shootouts occurred. That's where I used to be looking out my window, even as a kid, looking at the shootouts, you know what I'm saying? My family laid on the ground, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, I want to see, you know what I'm saying? Because I always watched it on TV through like the cowboy Indian movie, so it's like now I get to really see like full-fledged shootouts.
So you don't even realize how like up it really is kind of at that point. You're like, oh, this is damn near exciting because I'm watching it in movies, like, and that kind of normalized it to you. So you're like, all right. So okay, what's your first memory of a shooting?
What's my first one? Oh yeah, like my neighbor. I mean, and too, that was another thing too. Like next door, you know what I'm saying, to the house I grew up at. You know what I'm saying, I had homies who live right there. You know what I'm saying, and all the homies used to hang out right there. So yeah, this probably was down there like 94 because one of the homies that was involved, you know what I'm saying, he passed in 95, you know what I'm saying? So I'm probably down there like 8, 7 years old, you know what I'm saying, looking out the window, the shotgun, watch the other homie run down the street with it after the shooting. So yeah, it was just a part of me like growing up, just watching it. So,
okay, so then you wind up, you're 16 or 17 when you caught that?
My case, 17.
You're 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so what led up to that, like that situation right there?
First of all, I was in camp. I was in juvenile camp. You know, me and my homies, we used to walk through the neighborhood. And, you know what I'm saying? So we seen somebody walk through the neighborhood, we pocket checked them, and he ended up telling on me. You know what I'm saying? We went to jail from the Grandees, you know what I'm saying? Me and my homie Mike Dog. But, you know, during that time, one of my homies got killed. You know, my homie Darwin got killed. And
R.I.P.
And so when I got out of camp, you know, that's the only thing that was on my mind was retaliating. Yeah.
So wait, so first you went to camp. for just banging on something? What was the charge?
No, my bad. Yeah, we had pocket checked somebody. We
You
pocket
pocket
some
checked,
dudes
so
walking
you,
through
so
the
you
neighborhood.
jacked him.
Yeah, and it was strong on robbery. Like I
Okay.
said at that time, I'm not even knowing it's strong on robbery. I'm looking at the police like that's him on being a buster letting us go through his money. Like no strong on robbery. Like, yeah,
No, for real though. For real, it's like he should have been about it.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, that's on him being a punk letting us go in his pocket. It's like, I'm sick. I'm not knowing. I'm not knowing.
No, that's like the fact that you're able to have that self-awareness to realize how insane it is that you even thought that was an appropriate thing to say to the cops. Like, what you mean?
I'm like, what the hell? Like,
don't you see he's a buster? Arrest him for being a bitch. Like,
yeah, that's one thing. I remember my auntie telling me, like, boy, you don't need to commit no crimes. Because she like, boy, you don't even know what the fuck to say. Like, yeah.
So okay, so you did this. You went to camp. What was it like when you first went to camp? Is it instant fades with enemies type shit? Like same thing as
hell yeah. I mean, hell yeah. Like my first, like one of my first little conflicts. You know, when I get in there, you know, they already know who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's already people there that I know. So you know, one dude, you know, said you got to line up like this. Feel me? So first thing I see, he throw up good like. You feel me? So I thought, fuck this hood, like, nigga. So he just like, all right. I'm like, yeah, all right, like, you know. So we end up lining it up, getting it cracking up. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, in campus ways, you can get away with fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we gonna sign up on the rec crew. Like, all right, we sign up on the rec crew, get down.
They I swear to God, they encourage it. You feel me?
Who?
Like the guards or deputies, whatever they call it. You feel me? In the halls, they be encouraging fool. They want to see fools fade. I feel like.
I mean, no, you got certain ones, but this particular situation, you know, didn't nobody know. Hell yeah, but shit, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you like a big dude, like a little stocky dude. You feel me? At that time, I'm like hella skinny, you know what I'm saying? But you know, my only thing I got wind. I mean, I got winded because I always just to move like when I fight, always.
Yeah,
you feel me? But yeah, shit, he got winded too because he down there, but he could even hit me. You know what I'm saying? So So for him just to stop and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he said his hood like, woo, yeah, I'm whoop de whoop. So I tell him, yeah, I'm whoop de whoop. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired as hell. I'm like, you feel me? I'm lucky as hell eating. Yeah, I'm tired.
Hey, conditioning goes a long way in fights. Let's be honest. You feel me? Like people don't understand you. The person that's going to win the fight, he going to monitor the other person breathing and all that shit.
Like, he had the ups on me. You know, so had he known that, I don't think he really knew. But I'm like, I'm already skinny. You know, I bet he gained weight. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been out and like towards the end of my time, I used to be skinny as hell. Yeah.
Okay. So you went to the halls. Then you came home. How long? You were in the halls for what? Like
5. Well, I was like 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 4-month camp program and just 1 month in juvenile hall. And that's when they sent me to camp.
And that whole time you got revenge on your mind pretty much.
I mean, yeah, towards the end, because it was towards the end, you know, that's when that happened. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know, I already had my mindset on what I'm going to do when I got out. Like, you know, this is what I'm going to do, you know?
And to be clear, there's nothing incriminating we're talking about.
Yeah, I already did my time for it.
You did substantial time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no federal nothing. We're not like we're talking about things that already happened. And there's no. So okay, so you got what was the reason that you got? So the dude had killed one of your homies, or
particular neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Did you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
okay, and then you were just like, I need that essentially.
Yeah,
and then,
that's. I mean, that's how you really was raised. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, it's eye for eye. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I had to even realize, even in prison, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because I was watching the documentary. I think it was the one Dale Dog, but he was saying like, you know, shit, the biggest gangs is America. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
America, Russia, they doing the same shit motherfuckers doing on a smarter scale out here in these neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But that's what got me into social study and history. You know what I'm saying? Once I started reading that, I'm like, damn, like shit, this ain't nothing but a game. America ain't nothing but a game. You know, they clicked up with England and
100%. Yeah. So the UN, the UN's like UN. Basically like the neighborhood card, and then you got like
connected. I mean, basically clicks among.
And then you got you feel me, North Korea and North Korea and Iran and China. They basically like moving and grooving. So like it's crazy. Like it literally is the same thing, but on a global scale.
Yeah, on a global scale, ain't no different from Crips. I mean, from Crips and Bloods. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Wait, what do they call the Russians in China?
The Soviets you're talking about, or the or communists?
Yeah, communists. Yeah, communist country, and we're I mean, was it
democracy?
Democracy.
Yeah.
So that ain't no difference from Crips and Bloods. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, it's like the whole way we look at society and the way things should be run. Like we look at it as everybody has their own free will, has a choice, and then in communist countries, it's like the country is first before everything. So that's like the main difference. Okay, so you come home and you're on a mission. You feel me? Like you're trying to up the score. What happened?
Should I end up getting shot on accident? I ain't even kill. I didn't even get a chance to even hit nobody. You know what I'm saying? I got hit on with some friendly fire. You know, some friendly fire took place, and that's shit. I almost died. You know what I'm saying? Even from that, but should I still end up getting trial? You know what I'm saying?
So it's friendly fire then. So it's not even like so it's an accidental basically
thing.
Okay. And somebody wound up getting hit, you feel me? And then so when did did you know like instantly like oh shit, like I'm like
hell yeah, I just fell down like damn, but it's crazy because I never thought I was gonna be able to walk again. I thought I was dead. Like that was one of the most tragic times of my life. Like it's crazy when looking back at it now, like to know that I survived that and, you know what I'm saying, survived that time and just everything that I went through, just like, it's like, damn, looking back at it now, it's like.
Where did you get shot?
In my hip.
Okay.
Yeah, shit went through like my pelvis and, it was like poking out my hip. I got shot with an AK. Yeah, AK-47. Yeah, 17 years old.
So if that had hit your spinal cord, it would have been all bad. Like you probably would have been paralyzed.
Shit, it really went through my hip and like ripped all my muscles out my leg. To where I was in a wheelchair, for a while, and the doctor just said however much your muscle come back is how much you're gonna be able to walk. But yeah, it didn't, especially being in the halls at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still like gang stuff going on. Then they see me, they already know what I'm in there for. So it was like. I remember a time, it's my first time trying to walk outside the wheelchair, and I had to get sutures, like my stomach got infected. They had to slice open my stomach. I had like 4 sutures.
Damn.
I barely could walk. Like my leg, my leg used to go out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no muscle in my leg. So when I try to get out the wheelchair, like I'd slip and fall, like bam, and that shit hurt my stomach. My stomach is wide open. But I remember one time trying to walk, my first time walking out the wheelchair. I walked to go get some water. And then I see like, one of my oppositions, same dude I used to try to, protect, one of the homies used to want to be on him.
Right.
Because this family from my neighborhood, So I'm like, no. But it's crazy. He seen me in the first, he dissed my neighborhood, But I can't do shit, man. I'm barely learning how to walk. I'm shy. I'm just like stuck. I'm just lucky he ain't rushed me. You feel me? It would have been bad.
Damn.
But, But I guess he was waiting on my reaction. Like, but I can't do shit. Like, yeah.
So when you got snatched up at that exact moment after you got shot because obviously you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So when the paramedics come or whatever, the police come too, and they're like, and then what do they send you back to the halls for? Like,
I went to jail right after that because one of the dudes from across the way said, they shot one of their homies. You know what I'm saying? He said, the Nutty Blocks did it. You know what I'm saying?
And then they just came and snatched you up basically.
Yeah, and then like 5 minutes later, the Martin Luther King shit. Well, I'm right there, so it's like Martin Luther King was only like 5 minutes away. So they just put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, and then is that the charge that wound up sending you?
Yeah, murder and 2 attempts. Yeah,
so it's a murder and 2 attempts.
Aiding and abetting. They got me as an aider and abater. Like you participated with this. So yeah.
And were you expecting? What was your sentence? They gave
90 to life.
90 to life.
Yeah.
So you're 17 years old.
17.
And so by that logic, you going to get out when you're 107 years old. You feel me? You going to most likely die in prison. Like, what's your first thought? You're there. I'm assuming some of your family members, close friends are there.
Yeah.
And were you surprised or did you kind of know like, oh shit, it's going to be slimy?
I was like surprised. 'Cause I'm like, how the hell did they convict me on this? Because, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really have nothing like, you know what I'm saying? Well, pointing to me. But too, when I went on my appeal, I realized that, the judge, she scratched my defense from my jury instruction, which said, we acknowledge that a crime is being committed and the failure to prevent it don't amount to aiding and abetting. like, you know, so just because I'm there, that don't mean you feel me, that I participated. But,
right, which is perfectly logical.
Yeah, and that's the only thing they had was presence. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I mean, shit, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like that court, right? They don't play fair. You know
that is so fucked up. Compton Courthouse, where it's grimy, like O3 Greedo said. Like, gosh, okay, so. When you got busted and you first seen what the charges were, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you're not a snitch. You're not a rat. You're a real one. And that, I mean, like, it shows by all your homies, or a lot of your homies are here right now. You feel me? You're well respected. Did you feel like, was it just not even an option in your head? Like, what, ratting? Or would ratting have changed? Let's say you did. Would that have changed anything?
Probably,
right?
I mean, I don't really know, because you know, people be telling they still get life. You feel me? So yeah, but with me, it's not no option. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, my shit since the seed, you know, I already know. You know what I'm saying? Like my auntie always said, you only gonna end up in jail or dead. So what I'm gonna tell for it? You know what I'm saying? I know the consequences of me gangbanging and what's gonna come from this. So I know I can get life. I know I can end up dead. So. You know,
do you think because you had spent some time in the halls at this point and stuff, you're kind of like getting used to being incarcerated too? Like it's not that scary of a thing to you?
Nah, I mean, you know, I'm a person that adapt. You know what I'm saying? I adapt to the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, I adapt. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, going to that camp program, you kind of get used to being in. You know what I'm saying? Shit, locked up, but yeah, it's just I adapt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really trip out the time, because I was more so looking at like, oh man, I'll be back home, especially where we found out on my appeal. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my shit reversed, but it didn't happen like that. You know, luckily the law changed for people who were sentenced to life as juveniles. Yeah, that's
so crazy to me that was even a thing. And like, you know, we were actually talking about this. I wish Flacco ass was here right now, because he was talking about the new DA Gascon or whatever when he came on, and he tried to reverse. And this is in LA. I think it's slightly different in Compton, but it's he had changed the law so where if you're a juvenile offender, you can't get life. You feel me? But the fact that was ever a thing is crazy.
Yeah, I did 21 years. I did more of my life in prison, in jail, than I did on the streets.
Okay, that's crazy. We gonna talk about all that. So you get so you got busted. What sentence in your head were you expecting? Like 25 to life?
I thought. Well, you mean the sentence from the?
Yeah.
I knew it carried life. Yeah, I knew it carried life.
But you didn't think they was going to say like 90 minimum, probably? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, but you know, life is life. That's what I was always told. Like, you know, life is life, so it really didn't matter. You know.
Yeah. So so you got busted, you're trying to fight the case, you kind of know it's a lost cause, you're definitely not going to be, you know, snitch regardless, you feel me? Then they send you, so you by that time you got sentenced, were you 18 yet, or are you still 17?
Yeah, I was 18 when I got sentenced, but you know, they go off when the crime occurred.
Right. So because a lot of times, like if you're commit a crime as a juvenile and then they sentence you after you turn 18, they might give you, they might send you to YA or give you juvenile life and you'll max out when you're 25 type shit. But
yes, I got sentenced as an adult.
They sentenced you as an adult. You feel me? Gave you 90 to life. Where did you go from there? Like, what's the first prison you went to?
Let me see. I mean, the first prison I went to was New Folsom.
Okay.
I went to New Folsom. I had a homie there, so it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
level 4 yard?
Yeah, level 4. I did all my time on level 4. I never seen on other levels. Yeah.
So what's the difference for people that don't understand? Like, what's the difference between like a level 4, level 3 yard and like a regular prison yard?
The security level. You know, level 4 is more 180 is secure to where even the pods is like broke down. You know what I'm saying? To A section, B section, A, B. And C section, and like, then it's a lower level of the level 4, which is a 180, is to where it's more a little open. You know what I'm saying? It's still level 4, but then level 3, you know what I'm saying, you get more time out. You know what I mean? You know, out, you know, running around, it's a little, the security is lesser.
So in a level 4 yard, you spend the majority of your time in your cell?
Yeah, hell yeah. I remember one time, once upon a time, you only used to come out for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? But then over time, like probably down there like probably like probably like 10 years ago, they end up changing it to where you get to come out for day room. You get to either go to day room or yard, and then you get to go out for night yard or stay in for day room. Yeah, like I say, for the majority of the time, it was only like 2 hours recreation. That's if you're not on lockdown. You know, a lot of shit be happening on level 4s to where they used to even Leo ass slammed down for months.
What's like the craziest fade story that you have that you feel comfortable talking about?
Fade story?
Yeah.
Let me see which one. Shit, I got a lot of fades. But yeah, like one of the craziest ones, like my boy, one of my homies didn't take his cell phone right up. You know what I'm saying? He was my older homie, and I used to feel like he used to treat me like a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Try to little homie you.
Yeah, and then it was like, you know what I'm saying, even though I got, a name and I got love, you know what I'm saying, for my family, but you got some dudes that hate that envy that, you know what I'm saying? So I used to feel that that's where it came from, you know what I'm saying, but he didn't used to let me use his phone and shit, you know what I'm saying? But, so which is cool, you feel me, because I get my own shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just the way how he used to treat me in the cell. But to make a long story short, so I got caught with my phone, I took the write-up. He got caught with his phone, he didn't want to take the write-up off me, you feel me? So I'm mad, like, yeah, this thing ain't gonna take his own write up, like, you feel me? So now I gotta punish. Now I gotta get punished with his time. You know what I'm saying? So
because basically you're supposed to, if you get caught with something, that the protocol is you take responsibility for it. But he ain't want to do it, so it's kind of like, hey, I don't know, you feel me? So like instead of taking responsibility.
Yeah, then so so what happened? Right, I'm coming in from yard. I'm just I was running a few laps. I got it on my head because I'm like, man, one thing I'm not about to do is let him transfer up out of here without me getting on him. You know what I'm saying?
So he knew you was already on that ass.
Nah, he not knowing because I'm a humble person. Okay. I don't carry myself aggressive. So I just walked in the cell. If I had one of my homies from Park Village, Squatty Bone watch the door. I'm like, hey, Squatty, man, watch this door, man. I'm about to get on this fool. You feel me? So he watched the door. I just go in there. You feel me? Get on my older homie. He's like, oh, man, what's this for, man? Nigga, you a bitch, man. You a bitch. He's like, oh, man, what's this? He's screaming, you feel me? But he a tall dude, when he did get up, and when he did hit me, you feel me? It dazed me. It fucked me up. You feel me? Toward the homie spot, hey, break that up. Once he seen he got a good hit on me, you feel me? Cause my homie, he down there like my dad age, the one I got off on. You know what I mean? He down there like 6, he down there 6 something tall, you feel me? Yeah, but that was like one of the coldest things. Oh yeah, then I'm standing in the cell with him. I'm not leaving. He just like, when it's over, like, man, what's that? Go ahead, man, you ain't take your phone right up. Man, I did. Man, you didn't take your phone right up.
But that changed the dynamics in the cell after that, huh?
Yeah, like, he was humble now. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden he offered me burritos and
you want to use the toilet first, bro?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Now all of a sudden he, you know what I'm saying? But it was humbling for him because he never seen nobody. Especially just go from 0 to 100. It's only
you humility is like a weapon because people don't realize they might think that you're a chill guy, but you're liable to go bad at any second if they're doing some dumb shit, right?
Yeah, man.
So, okay, there's been a lot of talk these past few years, like particularly in LA County. You're not hearing about it as much in prison, but people after their winning phase are doing crazy shit. Peanut buttering, carroting apparently is a thing now too. Like, what are your thoughts as a long-term inmate or former inmate?
Damn, I don't know. That's like you say, shit, that's new. I haven't really witnessed nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I did most of my time in prison. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff happened.
That's county jail shit. Yeah,
that's county jail type stuff. Yeah, but it did. It do happen. They do shit like that to try to humiliate somebody. Or
is it true that would you say that LA County is a jankier place to be than prison?
Ooh, that's crazy, right? It's crazy because when I was in pen as a kid, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to go. When I was in the county, getting ready to go to the pen, they always say, oh, you gonna hit that level 4, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to wear books around your stomach, man, because it's gonna be cracking and moved, and you get there, it's not that. And then then here it is. I did down there 20 years, and I'm going back down to LA County on my appeal. Oh man, it's about to be cracking down there, man. You better keep you a thing. You better, you feel me? Not go down there. It's regular. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But again, at that point, you're probably like somewhat desensitized to what's going on and being locked up because you've been locked up for so long. I'm assuming that you might not have the clearest perspective. Like what's something that's not janky or threatening to you to a normal person might be terrifying. You feel me? Because you've already been through so much shit. You did 20 years. Like, oh, I'm just going to another fucking facility, whatever. You feel me? Like,
then that's another thing. I just try not to overthink it. You know, people just blow shit out of proportion, and when you get there, it's not even. I'm not taking away from the county because shit did happen. You know what I'm saying? Do shit go down, but at the end of the day, you know, you got to stand your ground, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Just stand my ground, just through everything I've been through. You feel me? And stand on whatever decisions that I made. You feel me?
What would you say? What would you say is like the most like frightening experience? What was the most scared you were? Was it when you were facing that charge, or was like there's something in prison that was scarier than that?
Damn. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. When they told me shit, I was facing a murder case, man. Man, my heart dropped. What? I didn't want to pay. You feel me? 17 years old. I didn't want to faint on that bed. You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah. Then like, well, as far as in prison, like. I mean, like one of the coldest prisons that I went to was Salinas Valley. I was there like 9 months. It was there like 6 different racial riots cracked off. You know what I'm saying? There was like probably 2 of them when I was on the yard, but it was different races, and it was just crazy. Like seeing them going at it and police shooting, and like you trying to watch out. You know, it's just crazy.
So if it's like blacks versus essays, blacks versus Mexicans, do the Bloods and Crips come together as one?
Yeah, hell yeah, most certainly.
That kind of shows you something, right? That like a lot of the things that we use to divide us and they're different is kind of not really a thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's why I like getting out. Like, I don't really take shit personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because in there, I'm cool with dudes we was going at it with. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Bloods, with Power Rules. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with all these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And then shit. I mean, shit. You may be cool with them and be getting into it with your own people. You know, with your own homies, even some people that you know from your own neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. After going through that time, it matured me as a man to have my own mind and deal with things the way I deal with it and shit. I mean, like, even being out here, I don't really care where nobody from. Shit, I'll be looking forward to designing clothes and doing collaborations with dudes. You know what I'm saying? From the other side, I don't care. You feel me? Because I'm more on some business shit. You know what I'm saying? The street shit, we're going to leave that in the streets. You feel me?
Hey, like Nip said, I be on my business shit. Y'all bring out the loc in me. You feel me? Like, and like a broke weed head, my pistol will smoke for free. I always love that bar. But, okay, so so you said that, so you went in at 17, at what, or 18, technically. At what point, like when you first got there, did you feel like the older inmates were kind of like, okay, this guy's new, he's younger, we could try to manipulate him and try to make him into a soldier, crash out type thing? Did you feel like that energy, like that? Like, do older inmates that are more experienced try to prey on the younger ones? It's not just on some weird shit, but on some we gonna make you turn up.
It's your turn because you're young, but it don't necessarily go like that, because you got dudes that's been there all these years and that's older homies that ain't did shit. You feel me? But you know, over time, like, you know, like when I first got there, I used to always ask my homie Joker. You know, I used to always ask him like questions like, "Hey man, how does he's like, man, you overthinking this shit, man. It ain't what." And then over time, I started realizing like these same dudes that's older than me, or you feel me? Like, I mean, as far as just in my car, as far as Compton car, and just dudes in general. Like, I was like, man, they didn't turn out to be nothing that I thought they were. So that's what developed me as a man, even a young dude. Like, man, this dude ain't even, you feel me? I have more rank than them, more heart than them, more, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I can't even think about like me knowing myself at that age. Yeah. I would not be mentally prepared or able to even like, I would mentally break down and just, I don't know how, what was it that gave you the strength? Like, did you find God? Did you find Allah? Like, what was it that gave you the strength?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, in the beginning, so like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be there that long, you know, based on my appeal and high school.
So you really thought this whole time, like, oh, what, you thought you'd be home in a couple years type shit, or what?
No, but I'm not gonna lie, like during my 8th year, that's when I kind of like broke down, because one of my boys, you know, one of my Compton homies from Carver Park, from my boy P Twin, he was next door to me, you know, and he said some shit like, man, damn, man, I'm glad I don't got that much time. Damn, I'm glad I got a date. And that shit like broke me, because I had life at this time, so like, you feel me? And that's when I really started getting tattoos and not giving a fuck. Just like,
yeah, you said that was like 2012. Okay, that's when.
Yeah. But I was saying that to say that it hit me. It was like, damn, I really got life. I really didn't have a chance to live as my, you know what I'm saying, as my adult years. Like, damn, I really never got a chance to do, you know what I'm saying, to have my own car, you know what I'm saying, to do this or do that. Like, damn, I really lost my life at 17. And then with me up too, because I'm looking at like I was a good person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, how the fuck I get nothing like, and I always been a good person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the things you do in the streets, you thinking, in your head, you know what I'm saying, you doing what's right because you know what I'm saying, because this is really how you raise so you look
Well,
at it
he's
like
a bitch. Why? Well, of course I'm a pocket check him. You feel me? Like, why do you let me run through his pockets?
I mean, no, not as far as that, but I'm saying the gang stuff. You know, gang culture.
No, I totally get it.
You looking at like, you know, you doing what's right. You know what I'm saying, from your heart. Oh, I'm doing this out of love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's interesting the way you put that, because I don't think a lot of people, because you think that you're essentially like a warrior. You're riding for your people. You're like holding it down for your community, for your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, so right there, like you don't even, it's not even internalized that what you're doing is inherently wrong.
Yeah, it's a crime.
And then especially when you look at the other countries in the world, they be at war. Yeah, they be killing their enemies, dropping bombs.
Same shit. It's just I don't know. They got it to where, oh, you killing a civilian. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's gang and this shit going on, that's how you get trial. Like you killed somebody, and it's, you know what I'm saying, a civilian. But you know, they want you to go to war for the country and kill for the country, but not for your neighborhood. You know,
right.
Type shit.
Yeah, that when you put it like that, that's absolutely insane. A lot of my homies have told me about like being in the court tank when everybody, you know, people getting sentenced and all that. And like one of the homies had got like a 15-year sentence, and he wanted to, his initial reaction, he wanted to cry. He wanted to, like, he was all upset, but he said that you can't do that in the court tank, because their 15 years might be light compared to somebody that just got 90 years or some shit. So if you over there like acting like all upset about some shit, this motherfucker just got life. You have a date, motherfucker. You feel me? So
no, it was just like when I went back down to the county, I did a year. You know what I'm saying? For my appeal. And it'd be people coming there in the county jail for a week, you know, and they'll be crying, you know what I'm saying? Then you got certain homies be crying. Like, bitch, man, you got niggas that just got 15 years life, man. You crying about 2 weeks, you get
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
But then you were on the other side of that, because you had your homie being like, shit, I'm glad I got a date.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
when I was in the cell, that's what really fucked me up, right? And it's crazy, for me, it's crazy, because I never had told him why I started getting a tattoo, because he just like, damn, what happened, man? You said you wasn't gonna get no tattoos. You trying to go back to court. But I didn't tell him. You know, what he said, it kind of like, it made me realize, like, damn, I really got life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So did that make you not only do that, but did that make you kind of like want to program and turn up more, like when you in there?
Sure.
Like,
yeah, for sure. Because I already had in my head, like, man, if I give up on life, come on, I'm about to tattoo a big ass NY on my face, and I'm about to step up on every DP. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm not going home anyway. Shit, this would got me in jail, so I might as well just, you know what I'm saying? I might as well go full flesh with this shit. But it's crazy. As soon as I did that, then that's when that juvenile law came. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to where we had people advocating for juveniles that caught life. Yeah. And that was one thing that my dad told me, like, man, what's up, man? It's like you giving up. You tattooing your face, man. They just passed this law for juveniles. You know what I'm saying? People that got life as juveniles and whoop. So it was just like, damn. So it's crazy, you know. But this God, you know. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Looking at your face right now, I would not know there was ever any tattoos. Now that you pointed out, I could see like a slim little outline of the NY, but like, okay, so was that part of, no, I'll get to that in a second, actually. Who is D-Dog, aka Nutty Nutso, and what was his influence on you?
Yeah, that was my that was like a BG, you know what I'm saying? I was a BG for my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? That's the one who got killed, you know what I'm saying, when I was in juvenile camp, you know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of people, they don't be realizing that, you know what I'm saying, when you lose certain people, you know, the only thing happening is you getting other people involved that didn't gangbang, you know, and that's what happened with his death, you know what I'm saying? You had homies that was, you know, that was from his clique, or a little rapping crew, like Young Hogs, you know, then 10 of them people turned the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, what's it called? Like mortars?
Yeah, martyrs.
Mortars.
Yeah. So basically, this dude was so well respected, not just for his music, but who he was. That there's a lot of people that didn't play about him.
Yeah, for sure.
So when he passed, and that was the death that pretty much made you want to turn up as well.
That's him right here.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. All right, long live. So he's a legend over there. Safe to say. And so when you're in there, at that point, okay, it's like 2012, 2013. They're now trying to give these programs to potentially reverse life sentences for juvenile offenders, but you're also at the prime of your case of the fuckets. Like, are you still thinking about Nutso at this point? Or is it just more, is it like, now it's just like, it's just deep in your soul?
I mean, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, saying the homies has always been a part of me. You know, that was like one of the shirts I got made, Fly Thugga shirts I got made in prison. You know what I'm saying? Because I drew his portrait. You know what I'm saying? I even had his portrait, you know what I'm saying, on my desk. Yeah, but yeah, matter of fact, that was like one of the second drawings. I mean, that was one of the second shirts that I made. Like, this was my original one, the Fly Thugga.
The classic.
The Welcome to the Grandees. Yeah, it's my original one. And then the second one, the second one was D-Dog. You know, I drew him, put him on the shirt. You know what I'm saying?
So when did people realize when you were locked up? Like, when did people realize, hey, this guy can draw. This guy's got talent.
Wait, when you say who realized?
When other people, like the other, you feel me, your fellow inmates, your fellow convicts.
Yeah, no, they always seen it. You know what I'm saying? They always seen it. Even in juvenile hall, I used to be drawing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got some boys, like, you know, so I got some partners, you know what I'm saying, that be bringing that up. Like, you feel me? I think he Infant T-Lo from Harlem. Yeah, he always bring it up. My boy, I think he Infant Dopey from Faux Trade. Yeah, they always remember my drawings from when I had. When we was tried as when we was tried as adults in the juvenile tank. Yeah, they always remember. I mean, yeah, in the juvenile compound. Yeah, they always you feel me? They always liked how I drew. And then one time I drew some shit like this, like a mural. You feel me? And when the staff ended up selling my shit, I painted it and all that shit. Yeah.
Did he give you the money?
Nah, they sold
that's
my
janky as.
Yeah. They sold my
hella janky.
Man. Yeah, owner, and that was something big that they remember. And then too, I actually did the painting where I was like, it's called the damn, what is that shit called, man? It's like you in the hole, but you know what I'm saying, you just inside a room. And I got into a fight.
Okay.
So I mean, so this was my pastime. You know what I'm saying? Is sitting there drawing and painting. So I did like a big ass like mural. Matter of fact, I did the homie D-Dog, like his face was like inside the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it was just like this. It was just like this, but it's just like a brick wall with dudes hanging out.
How do you remember the exact? It's crazy because this is so detailed. Like, how do you remember like exactly how many windows were on the side of this building? Like, how the do you like have that image in your head and then bring it to life like that?
And I had a picture with my homie, T Baby. He was standing right here. You know what I'm saying? He's standing right here. You know what I'm saying? When it's showing the background, showing the grandees. Yeah, then so
is he really gripping on a pair of phenomenal cakes like that?
Yeah,
because I said the homie was horny for sure when he painted this. Like,
I just happened to see this like in a magazine. I seen a girl that looks similar to her, but I just made it a little bit more ratchet with the red hair and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff going on. But yeah, I just wanted to make it like a stripper, like you know what I'm saying. I'm
not gonna say who it looks like because it's kind of offensive, but it looks like a famous woman that we hold in high regard in LA.
Yeah, but. I mean, as far as her, I just wanted to make her like ratchet. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make her like sexy, but like a sexy ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wanted to make dude like hood. You see,
she looked like she about to be like, "Give me my chain back." She kind of looked like that.
Yeah, but like, this was one of my first big drawings, though. You know what I'm saying? This is when people. Yeah, my first collage. You know what I'm saying? Then I got it put on shirts and sold in the neighborhood. Like I said, I was designing clothes in prison.
Okay, so that's what I wanted. So at what point do you realize this is like the most applicable way for my skill set to shine is through clothing? Like, what was your when did you realize that? And then also, what are like the original clothing brands that influenced you when you was locked up to actually do it yourself?
All right. Or what got me to designing clothes is like I say, when I used to be in there drawing, you know what I'm saying, they see shit like this, they be like, bro, man, you can put this on clothes, you can put this on clothes, man. Woo. So you know what I'm saying, so that's what got me like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna throw this Welcome to the Grandees on the shirt and put Fly Thugga over it, because Fly Thugga, that was my Facebook album name, where I used to take pictures of myself and post pictures. So I'm like, okay, man, that's a catchy name, you know what I'm saying, for a clothing brand. So I'm gonna put Fly Thugga over it, with the Welcome to the Grandees. And then so I just start, designing more and more stuff. Yeah, I mean, then it's like even after this, people are like, oh man, you gotta make something more than just the hood, man. Everybody not going. So I just started venturing out doing other shit like outside the Grandees.
Yeah, because like here's the thing, like only certain people could wear this in Compton.
Yeah.
You feel me? And if you wear this in Compton, you might get asked about it by random people.
Yeah, I mean,
safe to say or no?
I mean, but you can't really tell that it say the grandees, but it's more so like in a cartoon form. Yeah.
No, but outside, but my point was like outside
like
of here, everybody gonna think
grandees.
that shit is fire.
Yeah,
like if you're not directly involved, like somebody like me, I'm from West LA. You know what I mean? Like those politics don't really pertain to me at all. So I just saw that and I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking dope.
Yeah, but too, I mean, the way I look at it, as far as everybody could wear it, because it's basically just like that show, Welcome to the PJs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is basically, I mean, it's no different from that. From that, it's just showing like, it's really showing how we grew up in a life, you know what I'm saying, within the grandees, you know what I'm saying, in the cartoon form, you know what I'm saying? You don't see no hoods crossed out, it's not no gang signs.
No, it could be a lot more. It could be a lot more active for sure.
Yeah, but I just want to share, you know what I'm saying, like, my neighborhood, I mean, you know what I'm saying, this support, in which they call it ghetto. I don't really look at the ghetto, but other people, that's the ghetto. I want to share a clip, you know what I'm saying, from our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, so like Watts is where like the actual like PJs mainly is at. You feel me? You got the projects. You know what I'm saying? You got the Imperial Courts, you got the Nickersons, you got the Jordan Downs. There's other projects out there too. Compton don't really have like projects as much like that. There are projects, but but like the grandees, that's essentially is it just like Section 8 housing for the most part? Just like
I would say so. But it's our projects.
It's basically the project. So that's my point. Like at the end of the day, like
you can call it projects. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a one way in, dead end street. So it's like it's kind of it's tricky in there, but it's like what I'm saying, it's like a safe haven. You feel me? I hate to use the word safe haven, but it's like what I'm saying, it's only one way in, one way out, so you can chill.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't got to be watching your back like in the neighborhood.
So are these all actual homies that you modeled those after, or are those?
You know what? It's crazy because like these certain images I did draw from like pictures that I had. Cause I had like a stack of with albums from being locked up so long. So I look at certain images like, okay, I'm gonna draw this kind of pose, like with him holding the cup, and I'm gonna put this on there. Yeah. So it wasn't actual like homies, but it was like different like poses and shit. Yeah, that I added on there.
And then like, okay, so here's I want to talk about you getting out first, but I'm really curious, like when you're locked up and you're seeing society like change, but you're not really privy to it because you're not outside, because when you got locked up, there was had Motorola Razors and shit like that. All of a sudden there's iPhones coming out and all this shit. Like, what was it like? Are you aware of like the technology advancements and the way music and culture are changing? And you're just kind of like,
hell yeah. A lot of things, like one thing's like that have fucked me up too. Like when I went to the DMV and they told me that, I guess that's your California. Your California ID, it's the same as, what I'm saying, when you was a juvenile, when you got your ID to work a summer job, you know what I'm saying? But at that time, I didn't know, so when I went, it was kind of like frustrating because a lot of shit is just off and on to ask all these questions. I done did 2 decades, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Locked up. So it was like, when I went back to my room, I was in the halfway house, like MCRP. When I went back to my room, I just fell asleep because I was like, kind of everything is just
overwhelming
to me.
Yeah.
And then like as far as the technology, hell yeah. And another thing too, like my first time using, the paper towels when you wave your hand.
I remember you said that before. That's just
so I'm asking them like, man, how the hell do this paper towel come? Because I'm so used to putting it aside.
Right.
So dude, like, hey man, how long you been gone, man? You been gone for a long time. So it was like, I didn't know you just wave your hand like this and the paper towels come out.
Simple shit that we take for granted.
Stuff,
you feel me? That we wouldn't ever think about. But that like, that's crazy. Motherfucker just trying to, just took a piss and trying to wipe his, wash his hands. Like,
where the hell is this paper towel? They like, hey man, he looked at me crazy like, man, you been gone for a minute, huh? Like, yeah.
So when back to your artwork. So when you're locked up and you start doing drawings, I'm assuming you're doing drawings for other people. Like, yo, draw a picture of my girl.
Sure.
They paying you and hella chili lime soups or whatever to, you feel me, to paint their girlfriends and things like that, their parents and all that.
Yeah.
And then you start getting interested in what clothing brands inspired
clothing
you?
brand. Damn, it's like the only people that really had like pictures that reflected us was FUBU. You know what I'm saying? Fat Albert and stuff like that. They didn't. It's crazy because like it's like now when you look at it, you know, you didn't really have. I mean, you didn't really have nothing like this. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, it's true.
Brands,
that's
like,
true.
They got characters. Yeah, so
we just had Bugs Bunny sagging. That was like the closest thing. Like,
I think Coogee had that or something like.
Iceberg.
Yeah, Iceberg. Yeah. Yeah, but
that still, there wasn't actual like images of people from the hood, like black people on clothes like that. Like, I feel what you're saying.
Sure. Yeah.
So FUBU is super influential.
Yeah, FUBU. Yeah. They had the black face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not just black face, but a cartoon character.
No, yeah, 100%. And that's the crazy thing too, is that now FUBU, like, you know, things come in cycles with fashion right now. Like, that's just like hot again. You feel me? Like the brands that was cracking 20, 25 years ago are now back in everything in fashion cycles like that. Yeah. So, okay. It's 2013, 12, you're getting eye busters tatted on your face. You feel me? Not just eye busters, but you're getting the hood tatted on your face. You might have had eye busters. I don't know. You feel me?
Like, I mean, the way prison affected me is that I didn't get no hoods crossed out because, like I say, in there, the same people that you beef with, you know what I'm saying, you in there on some social shit with them, you know what I'm saying? Like even the Bloods and Pyrus, I don't got no P's or B's, none of that shit whacked out because at the time when I was getting my tattoo shit, I always hung out over there with the Bloods and Pyrus side, you know what I'm saying? They had love for me. I mean, like I say, it's going to be times where you're going to get into it with your homies, you feel me? Or you're going to have different, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have different, different ways you're going to view things, you know what feel me? And I was always like, a stand-up type person. However I felt is how I'm standing on. I don't care if I went against all the homies. You feel me? However I feel, I'm standing on that. You know what I'm saying?
Stand on business. What about like what was racial tension like in there? Like, were you able to have friends of different races, or is that kind of like a difficult thing?
No, for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's not like back in the day, like to where it's like, oh, we don't mess with them because they white or because they Mexican. Shit, you actually have cool ties with them because like shit, the Mexicans, all they should be in-house shit. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that they do, you know what I'm saying? And then just like us, you know what I'm saying? As far as the blacks, you know, it may need be most of the violence start over people that's fucking up, that's intervening with this program with people trying to go home and, you know what I'm saying, trying to do something productive with themselves. So so if you over somebody's time, you know what I'm saying, as far as trying to go home and you starting tension with this other race, they gonna remove you, especially you doing something bullshit. I mean, you know, if you're doing something bullshit, like, oh, you up out of here, you feel me, you disrespect another race, like, you out of here.
And do you feel like for you at a certain point, like once you started to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because at a certain point, like you said, your father made you aware, hey, they got programs for, you know, that are reversing juvenile sentences and things like that. Do you feel like there's other people that are like, nah, actually, I want this guy to stay right here in the cell block with me. I don't want him to go home.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy that you said that. Yeah, because you got motherfuckers that's gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? You even got some of your own homies that got life. You know what I'm saying? That see you going home, they gonna hate on that shit.
I'm gonna miss the homie. I want him to be over here. Hey,
or they want to be in your shoes. They want to be the one going home from a life sentence.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like you gonna feel some type of energy. Then, like you say, even trying to go home, you know, it's crazy because that's one of the trickiest parts. It's like, man, I'm trying to. You feel me? It's like I'm gonna stand my ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna demand my respect, and I'm trying to go home. So it's like you gotta cipher all this shit, the politics, and you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, you still gotta have your name. You know what I'm saying? Going home. You know what I'm saying? With a good name for yourself and in prison.
It's so funny because this is gonna sound retarded as. But this, like, everything you said just reminds me of like me working at No Jumper. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I got to stand on business. Yeah. I want to make cool content that's exciting. Yeah. I know we got to indulge in the shit a little bit because that's what the people like. But at the same time, I got to maintain my morals and integrity. Yeah. And I want to go home at the end of the day with my head held high and happy about my actions. So obviously what you dealt with is infinitely more extreme, but I can relate on a microcosmic level.
Yeah, it get tricky. It get tricky. You know
It's tricky. That's what I'll say. It's very, very. It's difficult to navigate that fine line because you don't want
to go home. You trying to go home. You don't want to be stuck in that motherfucker. And so yeah. So I say that was the biggest thing for me. Like you know, so I'm not gonna lie. Like my time, I didn't even get no stickings. Like you feel me? I mean, don't get me wrong. You feel me? I mean, it ain't that I wouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? It's more I'm thinking about trying to go home. I know my status, motherfucker, I'm gonna be stabbing the killer's ass, and I'm gonna have another life sentence on top of what I got to go home. You feel me? So that's what's in it. You know, that's what's in my head. I'm thinking about home. You know what I'm saying?
But when you get in those face tats at a certain point, you're kind of like kind of case of the fuckets for a while, huh?
You know, at that time, no, like I said, at that time I gave up. But then, like you say, when these laws came in, it make you kick back and start thinking about going home. Especially when you start seeing so much bullshit going on in prison. You like, man, I got to get the out of here. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like you'd have to have an incredible amount of patience more than anything too, because what we talking about, that's going to take. Okay, they just now starting to change these laws, but in order for that to actually come into effect, and then then you actually got to apply for it and all that takes years, right? It took you it took you 10 years to come home after the
10 years. I did 21 years.
No, I'm saying at that point, like, because you'd already been in for like 10. So
so when I tattooed my face.
When they changed the laws and all that, and you start kind of thinking differently.
No, you know what? They changed the law when I was in the county jail. When I was when I was fighting my case.
Okay.
Yeah, when I went down after being down like 19 years or something like that.
So at what point did you start? So the whole time you're trying to fight for your freedom, basically.
Yeah, based on another argument. I had a different argument, and then the juvenile law came.
Okay. Yeah. So but still, like, would you say that patience is like one of the most important things that you learn?
Hell yeah. It's like shit right now, I'm so patient, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, they see my drive from my art and my clothing and everything I'm doing productive out here, but you know what I'm saying? I'm patient as far as in a sense, because I'm not just trying to rush to get to the bag. I'm not trying to rush to get this certain kind of car. You know what I'm saying? I'm patient in a sense, but I had this vision. You know what I'm saying? The same vision. I mean, it's not even this vision, but faith. You know what I'm saying? That same faith that got me out of prison. You know what I'm saying? When I didn't know how to. I was getting home, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that God was going to get me home, you know what I'm saying? I put my faith in, you know what I'm saying, in God's hands, and he got me here. So at that same faith, I'm moving on out here in the streets on, you know what I'm saying, my life coming together, you know?
So when did you realize, what was the moment where you're like, okay, I think I might actually get out. Like, this is gonna work. Like, this is the sentence is gonna get commuted. Like, at what point was like, did you start to really see that light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, my homie, one of my homies, he got released. You know what I'm saying?
One of your crimies, or
no? One of my homies. He caught life at the same time I caught life. Okay. I mean, we caught our cases probably like 2 weeks from each other. You know what I'm saying?
You guys were active at that point. Jesus.
Yeah, 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Fighting murders. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we were murder cases, but. Yeah, but he ended up going home, you know what I'm saying? With his lawyer, Best Stefferman, you know, shout out to Best Stefferman, you know, she got me home and two of my other homies homes. Yeah, from light sentences as juveniles, you know what I'm saying? So when she got my homie K-Ron home, it was like, damn, like this shit is real, like, yeah.
Okay, and then you wind up actually going through the process, and then what a lot of people probably thought was the unthinkable. I don't know how your homies felt, because I know, like, for me, sometimes at a certain point when the homie's been locked up 15 years, like, I don't, like, I want to see him again, but you kind of like adjust your brain to stop even thinking that they're ever going to come home again, like type shit. But then you come home. So, okay, I got a couple questions. First of all, when you was locked up, what clothing brands were cracking? And then what clothing brands were cracking when you came home, and how different was the fashion?
Yeah, Academic was cracking. Inichi. I know people was wearing like Sean John.
It was the velour suit era.
Yeah, velour suit.
You got locked up in the velour suit era.
Exactly.
And now it's funny because we're back damn near in the velour suit era again, but just like that's crazy, bro. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay.
I mean, but not to cut you off, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to bring. I mean, that's what I'm bringing back to the clothing is, you know what I'm saying, is the urban style, the urban culture, the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing something different. You know what I'm saying? Because what you see now, you don't see this, you know what I'm saying, on clothes. So yeah, I'm trying to, I got my own lane as far as with the way I draw, my creativity, and and as far as you see the characters. Yeah.
And you're ill with the aerosol too. So like you said, you started with the strike'ems and things like that. Did you ever before you got locked up, were you doing murals and pieces and things that weren't gang related? Like not just like putting up the hood, but were you just like a graffiti writer too?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. That's all I used to do is tag up the hood, tag up the walls. You know what I'm saying? I love tagging up the wall, you feel me? Like from decorating the hood all down Caldwell through everywhere. Yeah, I just like tagging. From kept a marker. Tagging even with a marker.
So okay, so you're mainly like hitting streaks and markers, and but were you
with spray paint? Yeah.
But you're aerosol too.
Yeah. Spray paint. You know, in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm tagging up all the walls.
I think we need to get I'm gonna set this up. I think we need a fly Thugger piece over here at No Jumper.
I got you.
I think we need that. What do y'all think? Y'all think so? Yeah. I think that's a Mando. Okay, so what's your plan in your head as you're getting ready to go home? Are you like, I'm gonna hit the ground running? Like, first of all, are you seeing like, damn, the homie Geechee Gotti's going up right now? Li the Mayor's going up. Did you even know like what battle rap was like that before? And like,
I may need to start picking up on me, you know what I'm saying, through listening to dudes, you know, talk about it like, you know what I'm saying, one of the dudes that was my opposition. He was a big fan of Geechee. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
The ops love Gotti.
Yeah, for him, man, that fool Geechee, man. I'm like,
that's when you know you're hard. When the ops still with you, that's when you know you hard.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And this is a dude who really hate the hood. You know, I ain't gonna say his name, but
yeah. So you're starting to hear from different people, including people that aren't supposed to be getting along with your community. Yeah. They're like, hey, like your homie is going crazy right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And was it kind of different because battle rap's so different from like music where you like, oh, did it trip you out? There's no beat. They doing it a cappella and all that. Like,
yeah, then it's crazy because like my first time even seeing one of these battles when I went to MCRP. I'm just sitting on the couch, you know what I'm saying? And they said, from Compton, Geechee, got it. So you feel me? So I even had recorded and sent it to him. You feel me? But it was my first time ever seeing him on TV and battle rapping. Like I say, we grew up since kids, you know what I'm saying, just on some regular everyday hanging out, you know what I'm saying, gang banging type shit. Now to see him on TV, it was just like, damn, like.
You know, it's funny. So the first time I ever saw Geechee, way before I met him, was on I think it was Street TV. Alex Alonso, you feel me? And he was like, "Oh, there's this guy Bayloke," and and I was, that's my first time. And to be honest with you, like I obviously knew like what the Nutty Blocks were, you know what I'm saying, like and all that, but that was the first like real window I had into seeing y'all's lifestyle and things like that. And then it became crazy, like just how much it's grown and when you were locked up, was that kind of like a source of pride? Like, hey, like, because not every hood got homies that are doing it big like that. Yeah, you would think they do, but there's a lot of hoods that ain't got no motion.
Like, not for sure. But you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing we always talked about was this, you know what I'm saying? Because he always knew, you know what I'm saying, my skills, you know what I'm saying, from drawing. I mean, I said even like tagging on walls to drawing, you feel me? While I was locked up, I was drawing little shit. But, you know what I'm saying, for them to even start seeing my drawing advance on social media, like, you know what I'm saying, and then see the clothing line thing. So so this was always something that we talked about doing was, you know, getting this off the floor. And it's like, you know, we here, we actually doing it. We doing it. Yeah.
So, man, that's crazy. So, at what point were you like, okay, this is actually something that a lot of people are going to be interested in, and I can make this a whole career?
Yeah, like I say, people, I mean, like I say, my fellow inmates, you know what I'm saying, they really encourage me, like, bro, you need to put this on shirts. You feel me? Then so it's like now I start putting it on clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's my, you know, it's a passion as well. You know, drawing is my passion, but dressing up is my passion. Now designing is also my passion. Yeah, just designing like some of the coldest shit that people are like, damn.
Who decided to make was it your idea to make a documentary about your life, or did somebody else like, yo, we need to tell this story?
Yeah, my homies, you feel me? My homies was always big on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, Geechee, he always like, man, you need to get your story out there. You know what I'm saying, man? You got a cold story, you know what I'm saying, to tell, you know what I'm saying, growing up, you know what I'm saying, on the block that you grew up on, and you know what I'm saying, your family, and then, you know, what you've been doing as far as with your art and the clothing line. You're like, man, that's how they gonna connect you with who behind Fly Thugga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, him and then my other homie, my homie, that's rest in peace. The one I told you that had got out with me. Yeah, he ended up passing, but yeah, he also was like, man, you need to tell your story. You got a cold story. You know what I'm saying? And and his thing was writing movies. You know what I'm saying? For him to tell me you know what I'm saying, about my story. You feel me? Then my homie my homie Tiny No Good, you know, he also was like, man, you need to tell your story, man. Fuck all the other shit. Tell your story. Think about how you came up with this or how you feel me? So people was always into the story, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm about to do this documentary. You know, I only was out 5 months, like 4.5 months. Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm about to do this documentary, and I'm not about to do it sitting in the backyard. I'm not about to do it sitting in the Grandies. Like, man, we about to walk through the hood. You know what I'm saying? Some of my homies like, what? You know, it's war. You know what I'm saying? It's cracking in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? All the time. But I'm like, nah, fuck that. We walking through the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I got a lot of history and different things to tell.
It's an amazing doc. I want to put a link in the description for that because it's a really, really dope documentary. What would you say? You say you got an important story and your homies were telling you that this story. What's the moral of the Fly Thugga story?
Yeah, the moral, the moral of the Fly Thugga story, damn, it's a lot. One, like I say, the writing, my font to the Fly Thugga, that's my actual strike'ems, you know what I'm saying? Being the artist and putting my art onto clothes, and like I said, always been into dressing since a kid, you know, and then like I say, art, you know, putting my art, I got hand-drawn personal art on clothes, you know what I'm saying? That's something you don't see. Then I also try to look it up, like, you know what I'm saying, is there any clothing designers that put their own art onto clothes? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't really find that, so that's something even different too.
That is very different. Most people just taking other images and putting it on Chat GPT and shit.
AI and
you anti-AI. You AIK.
Yeah, I'm doing it all by hand. Yeah, and that was another thing too. You know, people saying that they like more of the hand-drawn art rather than AI because it's more authentic, it's more original.
100%.
Yeah.
And you have the right number of fingers. That's also a good thing because the AI be like having warped looking hands and shit like that. But I think what I glean, the moral of your story is a lot deeper than that because this is a story of perseverance. This is a story about not giving up, about when all odds are against you and life done kicked that ass and beat down, you still hopped up off the motherfucking pavement and said, guess what? You feel me? I'm still here. I'm still alive. And I'm going to be my best self, my best years. A lot of people, when they get locked up, they think that, hey, you feel me? This is where life ends. But nah, this is where your story really begins. Yeah. That's to me, I don't know if you take it like that, but when I see your story, when I look at like the moral, it's about perseverance. It's about consistency, and it's about not giving up, player. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. So I guess you know what's crazy is like you go through so much stuff that you become numb. You know, you become numb to what you go through, and it actually don't even seem like nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have like a tunnel vision to where you're not even focused on what you've been through no more. You focus on, you know what I'm saying, where you trying to get to.
1000%, man. Amazing story. Let's bring attention to the artwork and some of the clothes so we can show the people what's up. For people who don't know, like this image right here. By the way, is that a real Monte Carlo right there? Or what?
Hell yeah, I drew this picture from from an actual picture of one of my homies.
That's the homie's whip right there. That's a cold whip.
Yeah, then my dad had one of these when I was a kid. When I was like down there like 6th grade, and that was like my favorite car that he had, you know what I'm saying? SS Monte Carlo, it was purple with like the metallic flakes. Yeah,
it's a banged out ass car, I ain't gonna lie. But like, I think for those that needs those kind of rims is better. Like I love white walls, but like this right here, that's what the kind of rims that whip needs.
These stocks.
It's the stocks. You feel me? Keeping it hood. But all right, and so some of these other images right here. We got the Smurf gang right here.
Yeah, Smurfs. Yeah, Smurf. I had to change up the Smurfs, right? Because I used to be watching, the Smurf show, and I'll be watching them getting chased, and they blue, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, you know what? I'm about to make them, you know what I'm saying, stand up to Gargamel.
Was they running a train on Smurfette? What do you think? Was everyone hitting that with Smurfette for the streets?
Shit, you can see it now. Yeah. I mean, yeah, she hood. Now,
And and what's up with Papa Smurf? Why he got the red? Is he like a turf hopper? Like did he like used to be he used to be a blood and he hood hopped or what? Like
hey, no, that's one thing about my creativity. I switch things up.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Papa Smurf got the blue on here. Yeah. He was always cripping over here.
Yeah, blue Smurfs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got him like thugged out, you know, taking a stance against Gargamel, and then and that's another thing that they got to see is the sweatsuits I made with the Smurfs on it. You know, that Smurf outfit is cold. You know, the blue Smurfs everywhere.
And then that's your main character.
Yeah, Fly Thugga. Yeah, that's Fly Thugga right here. Yeah, that's my main character. And then it's crazy because I drew him with his hat to the back, hat to the front. You know what I'm saying? I switched it up to where I have different versions of Fly Thugga. You know, one with the fade. You know, it's the same person.
Yeah. Got Boosie Fade, Fly Thugga.
Yeah, then you got the hat.
Okay, hat to the front, hat to the back. How many of these did you do when you were locked up?
Which ones?
Like these, you were like, I know you did when you was locked up. Oh, yeah, I did that when I was locked up. Then I got the one with the hoodie on. And this is a frighteningly real Nipsey Hussle. Like, I mean, that's a photograph, bro. Yeah. The texture in his facial hair and his braids, that's crazy, dog. Like that looked like you like glued hair to it. That's insane how you got that much. Like, how do you get the dimensions to pop out like that?
Yeah, okay, yeah, see with this picture I took two pictures, one with him looking up and then the other one oh shit. Okay, yeah, with this one I did I took two pictures of him and I collaged it, you know what I'm saying? One with him looking up in the sky and then the other one with his rag around his neck. Yeah, but as far as the details go, like I said, I just look at the picture and I don't know, it's that's just something I really be into, the details, the fine details, and then just make it pop.
You got the eye, bro. There's no other way to put it. And who's this right here?
Oh, yeah, that's one of my homegirls. I had drew her portrait, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to show how advanced, you know what I'm saying, my portrait hand done got, because that was something that you mentioned too, as far as being in prison and people asking you to do portraits. So I just wanted to show, you know what I'm saying, how my portrait hand had elevated, you know what I'm saying? And I can say this is pen, you know?
And it's crazy because I feel like she's in the room with us right now. That's crazy.
Oh, is that detail?
Is that details? Yeah. And then you got of course you got Woody. You feel me?
The Woody. Yeah, okay.
That's you. You feel me?
Yeah. On real, got the black Woody. You know what I'm saying? I made him to
he black and he banged out. He not no cop.
He outlaw. You feel me?
He outlaw.
That's the outlaw. That's Woody the outlaw right there. You see, I got the you feel me? The $165,000 reward. You know what I'm saying?
That's a nice touch right there.
Yeah, hell yeah. But that detailing, man, I think that's where that's what really make my jaws pop is that fine detail. Yeah.
Nah, you definitely bring it to life. All these is great. That's you posting in the hood, basically.
Okay, right? And that's basically the Fly Thugga. This is basically where I got. With my Fly Thugga image, he actually come from the dude from the Welcome to the Grandies. Him right here.
Okay.
You see him right
Yep.
I just ended up revising him over so many times. You know what I'm saying?
You be making yourself look a little more light skinned than you really are.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that.
You say this one lighter?
Yeah, a little lighter. A little darker. Yeah. That's fire though. So okay, what do you do now? Are you just so focused on your art and your ventures that getting in trouble is not even on the table, or like, or how do you like? Are you ever tempted to go back to your old ways?
I'm not gonna lie. That should be hard, but at the same time, what I just overcame, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about going through that over again. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, I just try to make this my main focus, and I try not to go backwards. Shit, man. I just went through the 90 life sentence. You feel me? I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying, by God to even be here. So, but like I say, it's hard not to get involved politics and shit that go on. But shit, your biggest lesson is, you say, that journey, you know. But as far as what I do on my time, I would just in Defy Ventures. It's like it's a class. It's an online class for dudes getting out of prison and starting their own business. yeah, so that's what I've been doing. As far as on my time, as far as building my brand, they help you, build your brand. Like the first 4 months is a boot camp, so where you read down there, you read down there 1,200 pages. It's 2 books. That's 600 pages, but
That's a lot.
Yeah, teach you everything about business, growing your business, and yeah, and then also it's like the acceleration phase to where they just help you, build your business. So yeah, that's basically what I be putting most of my time into.
Do you think that gangs just by nature are negative, or do you think there's positive aspects to gangs?
I mean, it can be negative. The stigma that's placed on it is as far as being negative, but so you can make something positive out of it. So I said I was just watching, Dale Dog documentary from Main Street. He did a lot of positive things before, before he passed. He had his For Life records. He turned his For Life record into a clothing brand. He had a non-profit. He's also preaching to his homies, out there in the front yard in the streets and in his neighborhood. But I'm saying that to say, how you say, I'm no longer a gang member. I'm from, of course, I grew up where I'm from.
Right, of course.
It's always going to be, but I'm not active. I believe it's different from being active and being where you from and doing what you do, because no matter what you do, they always gonna look back at you like, oh, that's him from, from, where you grew up from.
Right.
You're always gonna be labeled from where you grew up from, no matter if you gang bang or not. Look at Lamar. Look at Kendrick Lamar. He don't gang bang, but this is where he grew up at, so he always gonna be a reflection.
He was really more banged out than he portrayed a whole different image, and like people wanted to, because remember when Drake was all like, oh, like he don't even bang. Yeah. Actually, Kendrick really was like, I'm not saying he was like that, but he's more than he portrayed, and I think he just wanted to put a different image out there for people to see another side. But no, I totally get what you're saying. So so you're not trying to, obviously you're, I don't want to say above, but you're past the politicking phase of your life.
Hell yeah.
What would you say to people that are in a similar circumstance? You feel me? Because I think, like, to me, another big one of the morals of your story is there's a second chance, and you can change your ways. So what would you say to you in 2012, like the version of you?
Man, it's to stay focused, even though I did it, stay focused, keep faith, keep your faith in God, God gonna he gonna lead the way for you, even when you don't know which way, he gonna lead the way. And that's, I'm not gonna lie, like, during that time and what I went through, it made me a firm believer in God, Yeah, it's kind of cold to say, because when the people see gang members and they just label you this type of way, but God is going to affect you in one way or another. Man.
Say less. And did you wanted to show some of the clothes that you got?
Yeah, is they still out there? Cause I wanted them to come in and show it off.
Yeah, let's do a little walkthrough right quick. You feel me? Let them know.
Do a little runway.
Little runway, John, right quick for the. You feel me? So the people can see, like. Yeah. Honestly, I love the gear. Like I said right before we started doing the interview, Gotti is my homie for real. And I'll any favor he asked me, but this wasn't this interview right here ain't even Gotti calling in a favor. I was so compelled by your story and so interested in it that I felt like this needed to be told to the world. So we got Li the mayor, we got the other homies in the building. Oh, yeah. They gonna show. You feel me? Oh yeah.
Hey, everybody else left. Or they just put, Gotti, show them that community collaboration.
Yeah, just show them real quick. What time is it?
So we can bring all that over here.
Yeah.
We can bring all of it over here. Yeah, I want to show this off too, man, with the fly Thugga. I want to show the fly Thugga on the side.
That good old fly shit.
What camera we looking at too? Yeah.
The center one.
The center one.
So, Pete, look. Y'all know what's going on, man. It's a fly Thugga thing. Look, this is my brother. He put together this community collaboration. So the reason he called it that, because you know, of course.
Go back to it.
I say so. What you know, what Lush know, and people that know is Li got his own brand, which is Pack a Lunch.
Pack a Lunch.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So you see, he put together the Fly Thugga Pack a Lunch collab. And of course, I got the No Studio in brand. You know what I'm saying? So then you got the Fly Thugga No Studio, and then you got the homie Cash, got the Central Lab. We got Sam, you can't see the vision, my boy DeJuan. We got TG with the TG fire bites. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of different homies
shit
with
is
that.
so sick, right?
We got a lot of
there.
different homies with clothing brands. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of different homies with clothing brands, and then we got the, you know, some of the monuments. So the community collaboration got all those brands on there, and a few of the monuments in our hood, which is like the Miracle
That's
March.
the airport at the bottom over there?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You feel me? So you see, so if you see it got the standing on business, which is one of our guys, man. AD and them got that. You got the No Studio, and that's my stuff. We got the Pack of Lunch. You got it all. So it's a collaborative, you know what I mean? So ain't
That's
nobody
dope.
missing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love it.
If you get this, you represent everybody from our side of town. They brands, they stuff they putting on. And stuff, and it's dope. Like, look at us, man. We mixing with the designer. We got the Louis shoes on with the Fly Thugga. We got the Nike.
You see how good it go with the Gucci.
You know what I'm saying? We got all this going on, man.
Gucci. Come on, man.
You feel me?
This one right here.
Compton Tar, baby.
Yeah, it's
This right
crazy.
here is the
If you
Compton
did the
Tar
Compton
bag.
Tar, baby.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all redid, you know, the Compton, the Compton High logo.
Compton High, y'all got to get right and make this official. Quit
Dr.
playing.
Dre, you just put the money up, man. You already got the new
School
the new
district.
school. It's time
School
for the new-
district.
you know, the
Where are
new
you
jackets.
at?
The new
The
jackets.
jackets, man,
You
the
know,
new
I want to
logos.
get a contract, you know what I'm saying, with Compton High, you know what I'm saying, designing these. You know what I'm saying? I also got the joggers to go with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget about the joggers. You got
Nah, you need the bottom half. You
You
feel
gotta have
me?
the joggers to go with it.
You gotta have the joggers to go with it.
Bam, you got the tar bag going down the side. You know what I'm saying? Got the tar, you know what I'm saying, with the tar bag right
We
here.
from that-
Shit is fire.
Yeah.
We used to go get a Tar
And
bag
what's-
special.
And what's more like, you know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
clips.
this, and I'm
That
gonna
clips,
say this,
go
and I'm gonna
on.
say this. And you know, salute to Dr. Dre, because what he did for that school is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I for sure would have loved to went to that Compton High. You hear me?
That's
That Compton
different,
High.
right?
Yeah, that's a different Compton High than what we went to, you know. But
Olympic size pool.
But yeah, exactly. But what's better than somebody that literally went to Compton High, you know what I'm saying? Lost their freedom, went away, came back with a new, more positive attitude, changing everything that can really show those kids like, look, hey, I went to this school, I took pride in this. I made a mistake when I was y'all age, but look, y'all don't have to make the same mistake. This is the type of energy that you bring back to your city when you put, you know what I mean, when you put the right people in position, man. I think the city of Compton, I think Compton High, if they get wind of this, like No Jumper giving a big platform for him to speak on this, they
That's
get
what
wind
I'm
of
saying.
this, they might actually really understand how big that is to let this be the new logo, be the new, you know what I mean, the new jerseys, the new everything, man, for their school, man. Because man, you could be Compton High, but we talking about somebody that really went there, went to those schools, had them teachers, man, went to them, walked that track, did all that. You got a new school, you got somebody coming back. So Compton High, man, we ain't pressing no lines, but we definitely are reaching out and hoping that, you know, man, you take a chance on some young kids from Compton, man, that made a change, man, and let the new youth get a new look at this new Tar Babe, man. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Who else would be better?
Man,
More
who
fitting.
better,
Like,
man?
if there was
Come
any
on,
art
man.
class he took, it was over there.
Come on, you know
feel
what I'm
me?
saying?
Like, yeah.
Let my boy teach an art class or
Let him
something.
teach the art
You know
class.
what I'm saying? You feel
No
me?
cap.
Yeah,
No
man.
cap.
You know? Like that's real rehabilitation though. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people don't realize when you start talking about that, like this is real rehabilitation right here. You know what I'm saying? He took his time in that cell and really rehabilitated himself. We know people who go to jail and probably don't change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we looking at the you know what I mean, the image of somebody that literally took his time and had 90 to life and said, I'm gonna come back, do something different. Like he said, man, I had many options to crash out, tatted his whole face, had NYs and all kind of stuff, but came home and said, let me take that off my face. Let me clean up my image. Let me get focused. You know what I'm saying? You got to champion that type of stuff, man. So like he told you, man, we've been homeboys since kids and it ain't no fake love, no none of that. So like you said, man, by you hearing this story, this ain't no favor of me. This was just
No,
you
exactly,
doing
yeah.
how you wanted to do and his hard work getting him up here. You know what I'm saying? His hard work and showing what his talent got him, man. So I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad to just be in here and be in the cut and just hear the story like I ain't never heard it before. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely an amazing story.
For sure.
The best part of it is it's just the beginning,
It's
because
just
the
the
Fly
beginning.
Thugga legacy has got a lot to come in the future. You feel me? Do you live in Compton still, or?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's-
I got a too, I got a website, you know, with all my clothes on there. You know, you can check it out. You know what I'm saying? Fly Thugga, FLYYTHUGGA. You know what I'm saying? I got my Instagram is Fly Thugga. You know, you see all my drawings, you know, all my clothes, you know what I'm saying? Fly Thugga, FLYTHUGGA. You know, my YouTube channel, you know, with my documentary on there, talk about my whole life. I know that more like 2 hours, but you know, that's why I call it, you know what I'm saying, a real Compton movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a documentary, but at the same time, it's a real Compton movie.
It could be a movie too.
Yeah, I want it to be a movie. I want that to be a movie.
We might need to talk about that.
Yeah,
we might need to talk about that. With that being said, Fly Thugga, any final message for this? Has been an amazing interview.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, you know what I'm saying, for you know what I'm saying, for getting me up out the city, you feel me? I want to thank, I mean, yeah, and you know what I'm saying, presenting my talent, you know what I'm saying, my talent, you know, showcasing my talent to the world, you know what I'm saying, and this brand, you know what I'm saying, we about to, you know what I'm saying, we about to build this brand up to be one of the biggest, you know what I'm saying, streetwear brands there is, you know what I'm saying, straight from Compton, you know what I'm saying, from somebody born and raised in Compton. Like I said, we got talent out there in Compton, you know what I'm saying, it ain't just gangs, you know what I'm saying, you got people, you know, so you got people that's supposed to be millionaires. It's just shit, we get caught, you know, people get caught up in the streets and doing what they doing, but, you know, exactly what I'm doing, so you got motherfuckers that's millionaires is doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
The roses do grow from concrete.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
like Pac said.
Yeah, and I want to thank, you know what I'm saying, Geechee too, you know what I'm saying? Shit, man. As far as what y'all see, as far as on the battle rap scene, you know what I'm saying, he actually a good dude, man. He take, you know,
he's mean to these people in battles, but he's actually a good person in real life, despite the horrible things he says about people.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Geechee got a good heart, man. You know what I'm saying? He'll take his last dime, you know what I'm saying, and give to a homie, or, you know what I'm saying, anything you need, you feel me, he gonna be there for you, you know what I'm saying? That's
one of the realest dudes I've ever met.
Yeah,
straight
up. Yeah, for sure. That's a good dude right there.
Shouts to Gotti and shouts to Fly Thugga. Once again, this is No Jumper. Like, share, subscribe. Please tune in with my guys' movements. Yeah, we gonna have you back. We gonna have you, feel me? Like, you know, we rock with the community. So I think LIM. Oh man, let's go. Yeah,
for sure.
Come on. Yeah. I would love to have you back, player. So
yeah, for sure, man. Make sure y'all stop by. You know what I'm saying? By that Fly Thugga store too. www.flythugga.store. You know what I'm saying? Get your Fly Thugga apparel, man. Get in.
Buy you some.
Flyest shit, man. The flyest shit they got going right now. Ain't nothing else with this Fly Thugga shit, man. Hand drawn from a real street nigga for sure.
Come on, man.
Good name, man. Good name. Good motherfucker.
From the grandees to the motherfucking world.
Yeah, man. We trying to get this sold all the way in Japan, man.
We out the galaxy with it. All right, then. With that being said, we about this biatch.